Hi, everybody. How are you?
More than half.
Woo! I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm blushing a little bit. Emily, are you ready up there?
Yes.
Oh, you're sitting in the audience. Oh, I love that. Okay. I feel like I should say something to you all. Thank you all for coming. I wasn't expecting this many of you to come. Are you here? Are you getting credit in your classes to be here? Awesome. That means I can just read love poems the entire night. Okay, let's just start with a poem. My Uncle Billy asked me to write a poem for him. I'm on a crack right here. But I'm worried if I'm here, I'm not centered. Oh, well. Okay. My Uncle Billy asked me to write a poem for him. I'm going to back up a little, because I tend to spit on the front row. You're in trouble. All right, and this is the poem we got. My Uncle Billy is the leading Little Debbie snack cake salesman in all of North America. From Miami, Florida to Vancouver, British Columbia, nobody sells more fudge round Swiss rolls and nutty bars than him. My family is incredibly proud of this fact. We tell it to strangers, to the respective husbands of our nieces, to the clerk at the drugstore. We whisper it in church. Did you hear about Billy? Yeah, he's the leading Little Debbie snack cake salesman in all of North America. And I will never write a poem that will ever come close to matching the grandeur of that. So you won the Nobel Prize, did you? That's nice. Did you hear Billy put 500 cream pies in the rack of the shopping station in 5 days? That rack was freaking empty. Why is art the first class to be dropped by any public school? Why are music rooms empty in junior highs from New York City to Nashville, Tennessee? How can you burn CD after CD after CD while filling your tank with an infinite amount of gas, like the war is worth funding, but music isn't? Our culture is a prison, and the only one with a key is little Emmy Jones, covering every inch of her standardized test with the best number 2 pencil version of A Starry Night anyone has ever seen. And yes, there is a hummingbird in his chest. Its wings are beating 80 times a second. For the second you and I will see that Dr. King did not write a speech called I Have a Dream. He wrote a poem called I Have a Dream, y'all. I don't know if God will ever have a purple heart, but I know we have a bow we can pull above the strings of a combat boom, make it sing like the eyes of a 7-year-old boy staring down the peril of apartheid's loaded gun, screaming for the right to write stories in his mother's tongue. Point me in the direction of glory. I will run towards a tiny hand in the most wounded corner of Palestine, dipping a brush into a can of yellow paint to paint a feather on a wing on a wall that is so tall only yellow birds can escape. But when they do, they carry the hearts of children on their backs, and when their wings flap, they make the sound of anthems being replaced with sky. And I swear, I can see the shadows pass across your glowing face. The night you said you have never given birth to a child, but you tear every single time you write a poem. We are in our future with every borrowed pen. I pray tonight we will write a rain that will fall like the tears at Folsom Prison. The day Johnny Cash smashed his guitar over apathy's head. The way Frida Kahlo, in the prison of her own body, had whole years when she could paint nothing but red, but she painted to the bars and the locked cells of her pores. The same way saxophones in New Orleans played music underwater, knowing some of those notes would rise up to the air, carrying people and hope to shore. I don't believe in the godliness of steeples, but I believe in the stained glass and every key on every organ that is desperate for life, because we are desperate for life. For the sight of a captivated audience refusing to be held captive in the thought that they can only listen and watch Picasso said he paint with his own wet tongue on the dusty floor of a jail cell if he had to. We have to create. It is the only thing louder than destruction. It is the only chance the bars are going to break. Our hands full of color, reaching towards the sky. A brushstroke in the dark. It is not too late. That starry night is not yet dry.